Inching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So already not the best to kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Now a man open down the middle of the field.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Dalton now to pass.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
First and 10 for Dalton.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Cincinnati's offense takes the field, and leading the way for the reigning AFC champs is last season's comeback player of the year, a man who needs no introduction, Joe Burrow.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Burrow.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Bengals sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they've been playing well, really well. I mean, winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown! Tyler Boyd with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A first down carry for Barkley. Up past the 30, second down coming up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Dalton here from the gun. Over the middle, complete. That's Jennings.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They look to throw on third with Dalton. This is Jennings. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
What a matchup we have here in the AFC North on this All Hallows Eve, otherwise known, of course, as Halloween. Kids probably shuffling home right now from trick-or-treating, all hopped up on sugar and ready to drive their parents crazy as these two old rivals get together here on this final day of October in a game that's been highly anticipated.
Jaron Kearse in on the tackle.
Second down, here's Barkley again.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Dalton. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And, Charles, you see the numbers for Amari Cooper last week. 7 catches, 82 yards.
Having a nice season. Number 8 in the league in receiving yards. And not just making his team happy, but anyone who's picked him in fantasy football.
On second down, Felton. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now Dalton. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense, false start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
And they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 13.
Running again with Barkley on second down.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jennings. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Cade York on now for the field goal.
This just a 24-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Burrow looking to pass. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And this is taken into the end zone, a fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he goes out right around the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender, but a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They lead things here as they start 1st and 10, trying to get rid of that bad taste in their mouth from the loss last week to the Atlanta Falcons. They begin with a run by Mixon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Burrow will throw. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball. Here we go.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Throwing again, it's Burrow. It's caught, Smith. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He'll find his tight end here, Asiasi. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Burrow. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Burrow on 3rd down. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Taking it about the 1. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game. When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here. Barkley.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line.
On 2nd and 9. Dalton.
And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
3rd down. A shot here for Dalton. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The ever-dependable Tyler Boyd leading this offense back out there as Cincinnati gets set for their next drive.
Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing a 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, you know, that good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing. Change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On 2nd and inches, Burrow. He completes it to Boyd.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 6.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. 1st down. Here's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
A 5-yard touchdown catch.
And the Bengals go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Play action now. Dalton. He's got his receiver, Cooper. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From midfield here, Dalton.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the 45 on 2nd down, Dalton.
He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the Falcons who were able to pick up the victory at home. Taylor Heineke, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Ryan Tannehill, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. And the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. The pass to Boyd, and he brings it in on the crossing route.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon as running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Mixing up the middle.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 51 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Holding offense.
That's on Jackson Carman, 2nd-round pick in 2021.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Joe Mixon with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back. and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. It's Boyd. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mixon with a first down carry. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2 yards. And the Bengals first down.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow over the middle. He finds Higgins. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
11,
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Burrow will throw. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 25-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Let's go. Here we go. 11.
Throwing now. Burrow on 1st down. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. A handoff to Mixon. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. He connected on his first, this from 41. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner, but at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Cleveland offense making their way out. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On 2nd and 12, Dalton. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. 2nd down and 3. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is down to 24. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. And that pick 6 a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession 4th quarter lead.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Burrow. Connecting on the out route here with Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 97 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Mixon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Dalton, 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. 2nd and 6. Dalton here from the gun. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Chidobe with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. First down. Here's Burrow. Gets this pass again to Boyd. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, they're humming along, the defense.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
And now the Browns coming out on the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Dalton. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This will be Dalton again.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to give them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
On third down, Mixon. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow.
It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And the Bengals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Here's Burrow. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
McPherson on for the point after.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Browns set to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. From the 27, Dalton. It's caught by Jennings. And he takes this up to the 40.
This was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort